And it was General Douglas MacArthur himself, the new emperor, as they called him, who ordered the first of these bonsai. When he went to Omiya, he went to see bonsai, and the gardeners there said their hearts pounded with fear because they thought that this new emperor would be dismissive of what they did and suggest that they do away with it and build a Ford plant there or something. It didn't happen. MacArthur loved bonsai, and he ordered some trees, tray landscape like this, to be made out of small trees for his Japanese friends as New Year presents. And so, as you can see, I've moved them out a little bit. There's a basic requirement that I have, and that's the conifers. The needle trees are always in the higher part of a terrain, so we try to just symbolically lift them up by the mountains, and those plants like the bamboo and the broadleaf are down on the lower area. So the next thing is to plant the moss, and because this is once again like a group planting, this is something where you need to leave some space for your imagination to wander through. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is that we can have the implication of a waterway down the bottom there. Now, I have black pebbles, or I have these blue pebbles that have some sense of water about them just by the colour. And first press down that lower beach area, and then put some pebbles in that area, and we can define that as being the low-lying water. Then some moss around the higher reaches. This piece can go right around the back. I'll turn it so you can see. I'm dressing the back of the mountain more than anything else. And then we need an island of moss, certainly around the conifers there. And over here, negative space is important. You know, in about the 3rd century BC, there's legend has it, and legend is really all we have about bonsai in that period because of a horrendous book burning that occurred in China shortly afterwards. But legend has it that a wizard, a Taoist wizard by the name of Fei Jiangfeng, was able to shrink into a pot just 12 inches long, a landscape that was a mile long. And one would be hard-pressed to believe that he was anything but a very skillful bonsai artist. Keep planting the moss. And then some pebbles, and I'll use a different colour pebble, the black ones, down into those cavities. These can imply pathways or waterways, whatever you like. And then it's also a possibility for the effect of huge boulders to take some black stones of different types and work them in here or there. And then that's basically it. Now, these plants are all going to grow at different rates, so some of them will have to be pruned back vigorously while others stay dwarf. We have a few different plants. We've got juniper shimpuku, a fuchsia, candy bells, another juniper over here, some rosemary, and a cotoneaster. And these plants are replaceable. I mean, you might replant these things every few years, or perhaps in 2 years this will become meritorious enough to go into a bonsai pot on its own, as may any other. My own son has a tray landscape he planted, I think, when he was 6 years old, and now the trees from that are his individual bonsai, and there's some very beautiful bonsai. So that certainly does occur, and it's a good way of beginning a compositional bonsai, a tray landscape.